What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're doing a trade rebuild that's probably never going to happen. So I'll talk about the trade and the actual rebuild, but basically there was a trade that would have sent Shai to the Pistons, and I gotta tell you, this trade just looked kind of ridiculous to me. I'm like, why would the Thunder ever do this? This makes no sense to me. But regardless, me being me, I decided let's go ahead and do this video anyways, just for entertainment purposes. So remember, Thunder fans, and maybe even Pistons fans, this is just for entertainment purposes. This is probably not going to happen in real life. In my opinion, this trade is not fair at all. And if the Pistons actually got the trade to go through, it'd be highway robbery. Do like if you enjoyed this video, and of course subscribe if you haven't already, on the road to 20K. Other than that, guys, go ahead and enjoy this Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Detroit Pistons rebuild. When I first saw this trade on Twitter, I initially thought there's no way this could happen. And I'm still thinking that, but I still thought it'd be fun to do a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Pistons rebuild today anyway. So if you don't know what the trade is, obviously that I haven't seen on Twitter, I saw it on Twitter, and The Athletic had posted it, or they had shared an article about it, and the whole world of Twitter was just going like, why would the Thunder do this? And I agree. And I thought, why would the Thunder do this? It is number one and going to the Thunder for Shai in the 6th pick. So basically, the Thunder trade away Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the first pick in the draft. They also trade the 6th pick. First off, that seems like too much to give up. Personally, I feel like, and why would you trade Shai, who has already shown that he can be an all-star in this league potentially one day, for Cade Cunningham, which I understand Cade Cunningham's going to come in and supposedly be really good, but I don't know, man. I don't like this trade, but like I said today, I thought we could do this video for entertainment purposes, even though I don't think the Thunder would ever do this. So basically, right now, Detroit Pistons have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So that was the hypothetical trade that was posted on Twitter. And again, I don't think this is going to happen at all whatsoever, but I just thought it would be fun to do anyway. It's a little bit different from doing a Cade Cunningham Detroit Pistons rebuild, obviously. So the Thunder get Cade Cunningham. We come out with Scotty Barnes, who will be obviously drafting with that 6th pick that we got as well. And then we also have a couple second rounders coming in, which I'll sign both of them. So yeah, this Detroit Pistons roster goes ahead and gets themselves a awesome player in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I guess. But like I said, don't expect this to happen, but it will be fun to do a rebuild over anyways, just because obviously, like I mentioned, probably won't happen in real life. So let's go ahead and just kind of look at the rosters looking like right now. So we have Killian Hayes and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So obviously, kind of the similar thing that we talked about with Cade Cunningham and Killian Hayes here in the backcourt. That's kind of how it would go with Shai and Killian Hayes. So we would have obviously Killian Hayes or Shai move to the 2 guard. And I'll probably move not Saddiq Bey. I didn't mean to mess with him. I'm gonna move Killian Hayes to the shooting guard spot. That way he can play the 2 guard and Shai can play the 1. Then you got David Duke, who came out of the draft as well at a backup point guard role, which could be awesome. And then Killian Hayes, Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson came in here in Detroit and had a little bit of a rejoice of his career a little bit. And obviously you got Saddiq Bey and Scotty Barnes, so it'll definitely be interesting what you want to do with them. And obviously Jerami Grant, Sekou Doumbouya, Mason Plumlee, Isaiah Stewart, Jahlil Okafor. So Jerami Grant obviously is eventually someone I think the Pistons will trade away. I don't know when that will be, but I feel like it'll eventually happen. I'm sure they'll try to collect some assets for him, but we'll see when that happens. And then Mason Plumlee is a veteran center here, and Isaiah Stewart hurt his ankle apparently in the USA thing, so that's unfortunate. But as far as free agents are concerned, obviously I saw Hamidou Diallo, a free agent. Dennis Smith Jr. I'm not too worried about, and then Saben Lee. So I honestly think I'm not going to do anything in free agency. If anything's going to happen this offseason for us, as far as outside of the draft, it's going to be from trades. So I'm just going to kind of wait for Hamidou Diallo and Saben Lee to come back, and that's all I'm going to do, because obviously we kind of have a rotation so far. So nothing's going to happen in this first offseason as far as free agency is concerned. We got Saben Lee, Dennis Smith, and Hamidou Diallo coming back, so qualifying our play progression. Obviously, Shai going up to an 89, Jerami Grant 83, Saddiq Bey 81, Isaiah Stewart 81, and Killian Hayes is up to an 80. So that's nice. So, like I mentioned, we're gonna go ahead and obviously run with Dennis Smith Jr. I guess is the backup point guard here. Killian Hayes, Josh Jackson, we're cool with that. And then Saddiq Bey, Scotty Barnes, and Hamidou Diallo. Then Jerami Grant, Sekou Doumbouya, and then Isaiah Stewart and Mason Plumlee. So I think personally, I don't know what we're gonna do as far as Scotty Barnes and Saddiq Bey are concerned. I mean, I feel like we should probably move Scotty Barnes to maybe play that power forward spot. Obviously, Jerami Grant's playing it for now, but maybe Scotty Barnes could eventually take over that spot. So we can kind of do that right now. He goes down to a 78 overall, but we'll move him there anyway, just because I want him to play that backup power forward role. Sekou Doumbouya is someone I think eventually the Pistons, could eventually trade away. I don't know. It's definitely too early to tell what his career will definitely shape into, but for now, I'm just excited to kind of run this rotation with Shai at the helm, man. So let's go ahead going to training camps. And honestly, at the trade deadline, I might be interested in trading Jerami Grant. I know I've done that a lot in Pistons rebuilds, but I just feel like that's the thing that makes the most sense for the Pistons, is to eventually trade him away for some assets you can get, because eventually I'm sure he'll want to go somewhere else to, you know, probably contend and win championships or whatever. And then obviously Jerami Grant could do that here in Detroit eventually, but I just feel like it'll be like too far gone before he, you know, then they would have to offer him. I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying. I don't feel like I have to explain this too much. So I guess I messed up and didn't get another trainer, another training camp. So I guess I'll throw this one at Killian Hayes, because he can become very good for you very fast in this simulation. So obviously this first season, I don't expect to be very good, but it's definitely an interesting roster. And they do want to start Scotty Barnes, which is interesting to me. And I don't mind this, but I think since we do want to trade Jerami Grant eventually, I think it would probably be in our best interest to kind of keep him in the starting five. So we'll go ahead and make Scotty Barnes the sixth man though. And then we'll have this kind of going for us. So I kind of like that. And then obviously Shai, Sadiq Bey. And then I do want to mess with some shot tendencies going into this first. So Shai obviously is going to have all the freedom in the world, do whatever the hell he wants. And then Jerami Grant will boost his shot tendency up quite a bit as well, because obviously he should definitely, you know, garner some trade value. So we're going to go ahead and possibly simulate to the trade deadline or to the end of the season, depending on how the season goes. Maybe we mess around and make the playoffs or whatever it may be. Proficiency wise, we are a 3.5 perimeter centric. We're probably just stay perimeter centric for now and kind of just see how things go. So let's go ahead and simulate season number 1. If we stop at the trade deadline and trade Jerami Grant, I will show you guys that. But if not, and we make the playoffs, I'll just roll with it, my friends. This is your MVP. We did finish up as the 10th seed, as Cade Cunningham wins Rookie of the Year on the Thunder. Kemba Walker is your 6th man Ice Defensive Player. Donovan Mitchell is your most improved player, and then Steve Nash is your Coach of the Year. So Donovan Mitchell with 31 points per game. Very nice for him. So we didn't make the playoffs, but we went 38-44, which is a very good record for a rebuilding team like us. And obviously, that had a lot to do with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averaging 27 points per game for us, and Jerami Grant averaged 18, Scotty Barnes with 13, and then Isaiah Stewart with 13, Killian Hayes with 13. So honestly, I'm excited, definitely excited for this future of this roster in 2K anyway, and I'm excited about them in real life, obviously. But the Dallas Mavericks go on to win the championship with Luka Doncic as your Finals MVP. We're gonna go straight to the draft lottery, because obviously we are in the lottery once again. We are projected pick number 13. It looked like essentially, no, 12. So we're projected pick 12. So we could get something good out of here. So let's go ahead and see if we can. And we end up with number 12. So yeah, we do not go up. We get number 12. And then the Thunder also have the Clippers pick, which ends up being number 2 overall, which is very nice for them. I didn't end up trading Jerami Grant at the trade deadline just because I didn't find anything that I liked. I was trying to trade him to the Celtics, but the Celtics were like asking for my second pick or my 2022 pick, and I just did not want to part ways with it. So yeah, that's why Jerami Grant was not traded. So I was trying to get Romeo Langford for them, but it just was not happening. So we'll go ahead and definitely try to find something in this offseason for Jerami Grant, because he is on a 1-year deal now. So I feel like it does make sense to trade him here. So you can maybe throw him out there again on draft night. So Chicago Bulls offered me Lauri Markkanen. That could be interesting, obviously. Clint Capella. But what I'm kind of looking for is picks and like a backup shooting guard, personally. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. So Monte Morris, 27-year-old, Dennis Schroeder, Steven Adams, OG Anunoby would be nice. But I definitely want to leave my forwards to where they're at right now. Javon Carter, Duncan Robinson, Tim Hardaway from the Thunder, and Malik Beasley. Honestly, Malik Beasley is not bad. Kind of an interesting option, actually. At $15 million. We trade him to Minnesota on draft night. If I could squeeze a first-round pick out of Minnesota, that would not be a terrible idea. Let me see if they would give up. Obviously, I'm not going to ask for the 3rd pick in the draft, but did I get your like 2025 pick, you think, maybe? They want my 2026 pick instead, unprotected. So we swap picks, essentially. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. What if I offered you 2 seconds or something, and then I offered me not my 12th pick, actually. Let's offer this. They still want my 2026 pick, and it's just basically like, what's the point of that, right? So I mean, they offered me a second, but I would prefer to get a first out of this personally. It is a early second, but again, Malik Beasley is a very solid shooting guard to get. As far as anything else is concerned, I love the idea of getting Malik Beasley here, and I think he could have a huge role here in Detroit. So it's not that I don't love getting Malik Beasley here. I would definitely love to get a first, though. So if I could find a way to get a first from them, that would just be so fun. So 2026 instead. They want my 2024 top 3 protected. It'll give me a second. I can't do that. I will throw Mason Plumlee in this deal as well if I have to, because I'm not really, obviously wanting to keep him anyway. They still want to, okay, they're offering me 2 picks now. Well, it's a swap, and they're offering me Okay, sure. Why not? We'll do that. Okay, so we get an extra pick for Jerami Grant and Mason Plumlee. Okay, well, we did that. So Malik Beasley is now a Detroit Piston, and Josh Jackson will be walking the offseason. Killian Hayes, obviously, will be the starting shooting guard, Shai, and then we'll have a really good 6-man, which is awesome. And obviously, Scotty Barnes will step in that starting power forward spot, and we still have this 12th pick in the draft. So let's go ahead and see what we can get at number 12. So number 12, we are going to be selecting Zion Harmon, Michael Foster. We'll probably get Michael Foster here, to be honest. So let's sit into the end on that. And at number 12, we ended up with a 78 overall. So you love that. Michael Foster, welcome to Detroit. And then player options. Of course, we're going to accept all of these. And then qualifying offers, we have Hamdi Diallo, who's a free agent. Somebody I wouldn't mind getting back. And then free agency, we have Hamdi Diallo, Dennis Smith Jr., Josh Jackson, Okafor. So what I'm interested in bringing back is, so right now, David Duke, obviously Shai, very big part of what we want to do. And then Killian Hayes, Malik Beasley. So that's going to be our shooting guard tandem. And Saddiq Bey at the small forward spot. And then Sekou Doumbouya, Scotty Barnes, Michael Foster. And then obviously Isaiah Stewart, Orlando Robinson. So we're basically just kind of hoping to get Shai back and probably Hamdi Diallo. And we're ready for next season. So Shai, where are you at, my friend? Obviously, we should be able to match any offer that you get. Or I should be able to anyway. He says he's unrestricted. I don't know why. Probably because it's kind of hard to explain, but there's something that I did that probably made it to where he was unrestricted. So we'll have Shai. I kind of mess with the contracts to make them accept the team option before the actual team and player option comes up, just because in real life that happens all the time. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will go ahead and accept that. Of course, we'll get Shai back. So Shai, make sure we grab him. And then Hamdi Diallo is somebody I wouldn't mind getting back, but he is asking for a back, so I'll probably wait to get him on a qualifying offer because I don't want to pay him too much money. So let's just go ahead and wait for him, and then we'll be ready for this next season. So day 11, day 12, and we got Hamdi Diallo coming back on an $8 million qualifying offer. So Killian Hayes is going to get more of a role here with Jerami Grant gone, as is Stewart. Everyone's going to be stepping up, essentially. Everyone's going to be stepping up. We have some nice 3-and-D wings as well. I'm really excited. And Shai should have another great year. And maybe, just maybe, this team shows out and we make the playoffs here in season number 2. So we have Shai, Killian Hayes, Saddiq Bey, Scotty Barnes, Isaiah Stewart, Malik Beasley as the 6th man, Sekou Doumbouya, Michael Foster, and Hamdi Diallo. David Duke is still not getting minutes in the rotation. We're seeing out a 4-star perimeter-centric system, so that's cool. Shot tendencies again. Obviously, Shai's is up there. Isaiah Stewart's is up there quite a bit. Saddiq Bey. And then Scotty Barnes, obviously, I'm going to boost his up a little bit as well. Isaiah Stewart we'll move that down a little bit. So we'll have that going for us, man. We're going to simulate this second season. We almost snuck into the playoffs last year. Do we go ahead and sneak in this year? Let's see. At the end of the season, we did, in fact, sneak into the playoffs as the 7th seed. It was a roller coaster year because at one point, we literally looked like we were headed towards the lottery once again. And then we were in the playoffs. And then it looked like we were headed towards the lottery again. And then we secured our playoff spot. So it was awesome. MVP Trae Young, Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year. CP3, 6-man on the Grizzlies. Okay. Giannis Defensive Player, and then Alan Flanagan, Most Improved, and Michael Stauffer, Coach of the Year, and Dylan Shaw is your executive. Here's your All-NBA first team. Kawhi, Giannis, Luka, Trae. All-NBA second team, Cade Cunningham making it for the Thunder, so that's interesting. And here's your All-NBA third team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also making it for the Detroit Pistons. So we have 43-39 record going up against Philadelphia in the second round. Looking at the player stats, 28 points from Shai, 16 from Killian Hayes, and 15 from Scotty Barnes. So obviously awesome across the board. 14.7 from Isaiah Stewart, and then 12 from Saddiq Bey, and obviously 11 from Malik Beasley off the bench, 10 from Michael Foster, and 7 from Sekou Doumbouya, 6 from Hamdi Diallo, and 0.4 from Orlando Robinson. So Philadelphia is on our radar, and we are playing Ben Simmons, Gary Harris, Johnny Juzang, Harris, and Joel Embiid, Kendall Brown. So do we upset a playoff team here that is a second seed, or do we go home in the first round? Let's see what happens. We do win game 3, so can we even this up? No, we're down 3-1. And okay, it's not over just yet. Maybe, just maybe, if we tighten some screws here, you know, loosen some bolts, maybe, just may, I don't know what I just said, but we're gonna just go with what I just said. Anyway, maybe we can force a game 7 here. Let's go ahead and see if we can do it. And it's looking pretty close. We are going to force a game 7, 105-122, 24-10 from Scotty Barnes. And here we are in game 7 on the road in Philadelphia. If Philadelphia went home to a 7 seed with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid still on the roster, I can't imagine what Philly would do, bro. Oh my goodness. No way. Philadelphia goes home to a young, rebuilding Detroit Pistons team while the Sixers still hang on to Ben Simmons and Embiid. That team would explode if that happened. I don't think that'll happen, but obviously that would be crazy if something like that did happen in real life. That transpired. And now I get to play a Boston Celtics team who is also a 6th seed, upsetting a 3rd seeded Brooklyn Nets roster. So we have Peyton Pritchard, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, Terry Rozier. So Rozier is back in the Celtics. Okay. Moses Brown, Caleb Love. So the Celtics have a pretty damn good bench, honestly. So I'm excited to kind of see how this goes. Game 1, they're up 1-0. 24 from Terry Rozier, 35-9 from Shai. I mean, we're exciting young team. So, I mean, anything is great here. So we're down 2-0. We're down 3-0, and we get swept. Unfortunately, we got swept, but hey, we made the Philadelphia 76ers basically implode, if you ask me. So, with that being said, we got the New Orleans Pelicans going on to win the championship. And I think with another year of player development, I think we are honestly going to be championship contenders, personally. But we'll see. Draft lottery time. We are projected the 7th pick via the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that's actually very valuable because this is what we traded Jerami Grant for. So, I think anyway. But we'll see. We end up with the 9th pick via the Timberwolves. Okay, so things just got a little interesting. We also, I feel like we swapped our picks, right? This is where we swapped the year we swapped it, right? Or do we? No, we have 20. So we have 8, we have 9 and 20. So the 9th pick and the 20th pick in this draft. So that's actually very valuable. Dwayne Casey has done a great job so far. There's no reason to fire him, so he'll stick around. Let's go to the draft now. At number 9 and number 20. Is there any crazy move that I have in my hands? No, not really. I don't have anything. Oh my goodness, dear. Holy crap. Imagine if this could happen, but I would do this. But I like to be realistic with my videos, and this just doesn't seem that realistic to me. So, I mean, it is an interesting trade, but I'm not going to do it. It's just not, it doesn't feel realistic to me. So let's go ahead and draft a number 9 and number 20. So let's go ahead and see at number 9. If we were doing a fantasy rebuild, 1000% would have took that trade though. 1000%. So we have Jeremy Roach, Bryce Giggs. It really doesn't matter who we draft here. I'm going to take Jeremy Roach. Why not? And then at number 20, we'll select. Honestly, getting young talent here could basically put us in position to maybe make a big trade. Shai Odom falls all the way to number 20 as well. So we'll go ahead and sign him or draft him. So you have Jeremy Roach and Shai Odom and a 2nd round pick. Player options, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart. So that's looking all good. 12 flag guard versus Yukin Boya. So we have some important free agents. As far as the starting 5 is concerned, obviously we love Shai. We love Killian Hayes at our backcourt. Malik Beasley as a 6th man is fine. Sadiq Bey at the small forward and Scotty Barnes at the power forward. How about the center? I do like Isaiah Stewart, but he is 6'8", which is something I haven't really thought, paid attention to in this video, but it is something that has been on my mind. So do we trade for maybe a more big center and have Isaiah Stewart come off the bench, or do we just kind of leave it alone? I'm going to definitely look because we have some young pieces to maybe make a big trade. Now, there's obviously some centers that I do have in mind. So Evan Mobley on the Rockets, but obviously he is untouchable. But the Suns maybe trading us DeAndre Ayton would be so much fun. DeAndre Ayton obviously right now, and then Karl Towns from the Timberwolves even sounds fun. Wiseman, but personally, I think, oh, what about the Sixers? I mean, they just kind of freaking sucked and lost, but I think Embiid is a free agent. So let's see. I think I do want to kind of make an offer. Then Onyeka Okongwu from the Hawks is interesting. And then Bam Adebayo. So there's some centers we could definitely throw an offer for. Not Drummond, obviously, but Kareem Abdul-Drummond or whatever the hell he calls himself. So I think I'm going to make an offer to the Suns, who are the 14th seed, so a very disappointing year. Could they give me DeAndre Ayton here? Could they give me DeAndre Ayton? So let's say I offer Malik Beasley. And then obviously I have some guys I can offer. So let's say I offer Jeremy Roach and maybe, okay, I can offer one of my power forwards. What about Shai Odom? So Malik Beasley, Jeremy Roach, and then Shai Odom for DeAndre Ayton. I think they'll accept this. No, they do not. Okay. I'll give you a future 2025 pick. They still don't agree. And I'll give you my 2nd rounder as well. So let's say that. No. Okay. I'll give you this. No. Wow. Okay. And I'll give you 2027 as well. They still don't agree. Oh my goodness. Okay. So DeAndre Ayton is tough to get. I got to keep that in mind. I feel like throwing anything else out there would just be kind of a probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. I'll throw this one more time and they don't agree. So yeah, that's not worth it. I'm not going to throw another player in here, so we're not going to worry about that. So DeAndre Ayton is not going to be somebody we can get. Karl Towns I know is a little bit easier to snag. It'd be funny to throw Minnesota back Malik Beasley, but Cat would be a lot of fun. I'm going to offer it. I'm going to offer this for Karl Towns. They agree. Let's go, bro. Karl Towns becomes our big man here in Detroit. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Scotty Barnes, Michael Foster, Karl Towns, Isaiah Stewart. So basically all we need is David Duke, or was it David Duke? I think it was David Duke. And then we need like Hamdi Diallo back, and we're chilling, bro. That's all we need. We got our backup point guard back. I'll sign Hamdi Diallo to a deal to become basically our sixth man now. Yeah, it was David Duke could become our backup point guard. So we'll have that going for us. And then as long as David Duke comes back, bro, we're ready for this next season. So I'm excited. I'm excited now that Karl Towns is here. So let's see if we can get David Duke on a qualifying offer. And he will. Yes, boom. Just like that. This is our new big three. Killian Hayes, Karl Towns, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Isaiah Stewart, Scotty Barnes. I'm excited for this next season. We should be championship contenders if you ask me. Hopefully, in this third and last season, we go on to shake noise, make some noise, show teams that we are not to be messed with. I'll throw another one at Sadiq Bey, and I'll throw this last one at Scotty Barnes. We'll do that. So now our rotation power ranking lands is number 16. Our rotation looks like this. Dwayne Casey still the head coach. You have Shai, Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Scotty Barnes, Karl Towns, Isaiah Stewart, Michael Foster, Hamdi Diallo, and David Duke. Proficiency wise, we are sitting at a 4-star perimeter centric. We'll go ahead and leave it there because we made the playoffs last year under the system. So let's go ahead, simulate this third and last season, and hopefully this team just goes off and we go on to win a championship here in the Motor City. Doncic is your MVP. Victor, I'm not gonna win. I don't know how to say his last name. Kendall Brown, 6-man, Ice Fence player. Caleb Houston, most improved. But who cares about all that? Because Dwayne Casey is your coach of the year, 60-22 on the season. Do we have Shai representing an All-NBA team again? This time we do not. That's unfortunate. But hey, it's all good. So, first seed in the East, going up against a Philadelphia 76ers team we beat last year. 22 points from Shai, 17 from Cat. Honestly, that's probably a little disappointing, for Cat, but it's okay. And then Philadelphia, we have Ben Simmons, Scotty, and then DeAndre Hunter. So, and then they no longer have Joel Embiid. Just get them out of my face, bro. Please get them out of here. Get them out of here, and we beat them in 6. Thank you. So now we get to play the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Kyrie Irving back in Cleveland. Okay. Never see that ever. Never happens. I've never seen that before. Kyrie ends up in Cleveland again. What are the odds that happens in real life? Probably slim to none, right? Or do you guys think he might, one day say, hey, let me go back to Cleveland. Let's go ahead and somebody go around against them, and we beat them in 5. We're on to these conference finals to play Oladipo, Jimmy Butler, and the Miami Heat. We have Precious, Bam Adebayo. Could be a tough matchup here. Someone in current round, and okay, 2-1, 3-1, and we beat them 5. On to the NBA Finals to play the Houston Rockets. So number 1 and number 2 on the draft night get to go at it. Obviously, in this case, we did trade number 1, but we have Russell Westbrook back in Houston. So everybody's just returned to their former team. So Kevin Porter Jr. in the backcourt with them, Brandon Miller, Evan Mobley, and I'm assuming Christian Wood. No, Joel Embiid. Oh my goodness. Houston has Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook. All right, that's interesting. Colin Sexton as well. Jeez, man, this team is crazy. This should be a tough matchup. We're up 1-0 though. Start things off. 23-21. Okay, game 2. We're up 2-0. Oh, it's a GG. Never mind. It's a GG. It's a GG. Never mind. Beat them 5. Come on, let's go. Detroit is your champions here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads this team to the promised land as we win a championship for the Detroit Pistons. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning, I don't expect this to happen, let's be honest. I don't think the Thunder are trading Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. All the rumors about him being traded because he's unfit, the timeline of the team is just kind of weird, in my opinion, because he's still super young. Like, what is the timeline then? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Definitely smash the like button if you did. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.